What's going on, people? Back again. Turkish is in the building. What are you saying, brother? Another win, blood. You man are moving mad, fam.
Man said moving bad. We just touched 10th, fam. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, another win, bro.
You man are like what? 4 points behind Chelsea or something?
Yeah, something like that, I think.
Yeah, when Chelsea get pammed today by Leicester, bruv, you man are going to be on their neck, fam.
Oh yeah, that's today, isn't it?
Yeah, bruv, they're about to get slapped.
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, Leicester going to beat Chelsea today, bro. I think like 2-1 or something.
Yeah, so what, are you saying Lampard's going to be on the way out?
Lampard is under pressure, bruv. Like fat knees in the London Marathon, bruv. I'm telling you, bruv. Just bare pressure, fam. Pressure build up, bruv. Corns, everything, bruv. It's peak, fam.
Yeah, it's all mad for him right now, boy. 4 weeks ago, it's all mad for Arteta, and everything was flying well for fucking Lampard. Even Ole them times was under a bit of pressure. Now
bruv,
it's all...
yeah, bro. Like honestly, yeah. At the beginning, we all thought that Lampard was going to be the longest survivor, bro. But he might be the first to go. You know what I'm saying? Probably will be the first to go, bro. Like the way times have changed in football, this football thing's mad, and that's why I say, yeah, you know the amount of bravery, yeah, and the amount of front you have to do what we do, blood. Because, bruv, you see when you put these little opinions out there and that, bruv, you never know where things are gonna go, blood. Who would have thought that at the beginning of all of this, yeah, Oli would be top of the league, Arteta would be on a run, yeah, and Lampard can't buy a win from nowhere, blood.
It's mad, isn't it? Especially after the summer as well.
Especially after all the money that was spent, bro. Like Chelsea, bruv, Chelsea were automatic title contenders just because of the money they spent.
Yeah, I put it them to be second, third in the league. So,
bro,
I don't think they'd challenge all the way, but I thought they'd be up there. You know,
they're challenging for the Europa this league, this year, bro. After spending 230 something million, bro, the most in one summer window, most money ever spent in one summer window, and these men are looking to finish sixth, bro.
It's mad. It's mad. But you know what? On the flip side, if they make a decision, if it continues going this way, and let's say they bring in Benitez for the rest of the season, what do you think he can do with them? I don't mean talent, but he'll do a top four.
He can shore them up. You know them ones. Rafa can shore them up. Rafa Benitez definitely can shore them up, bro. I think that a decent pragmatic manager that's tactically sound, yeah, can get Chelsea coherent for sure. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because they're moving mad right now. I can't even lie. Like what they're doing, yeah, like doesn't make sense to me. When I look at the players that they have, yeah, they shouldn't be behaving like that, bro. They man have Kovacic, Kante. Do you know what I'm saying? In there, they man have got Havertz. They man have got Werner. Do you know what I mean? They've got players, bro. Like it don't make sense. They got Giroud there. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They've got Pulisic. Like they've got Ziyech. Like they've got players, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like, bro, like the names are there.
100%. That's why, you know, it comes down to, all right, last season you can't say much about Lampard. You know, even if he didn't make top four after a transfer ban and having to use up all the youth and that, I think he exceeded expectations. But so far this season, based off what they did in the summer, he's underachieving. I can't lie. What is it? 18 games in for them, I think, something like that. So they're nearly halfway into the season, and I can't lie. It's, you know, the league is tight, but it doesn't look like they're gonna pull any form out of the bag because they're halfway through the year. And I would have thought they would have got over all of this early on, and then now they'd be kind of kicking into some sort of gear. That would have made more sense than in reality what it's been. It's been up and down all season. It hasn't really been consistent at all.
Nah, facts, bro. That's what I mean. By now, like, bruv, we're after Christmas now. You would have thought, yeah, that any little teething problems man had at the beginning would have been done by now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would have thought.
So yeah, like it's moving extremely mad. Man have to talk about, yeah, man like ESR, bruv, the Croydon, the Bruyne and that, blood, that these men are getting mad carried away. Like, I get it, innit, bro? Like he's moving a bit mad right now. Like he actually does look special, bruv. He actually does. Like when I watch him play, yeah, like he looks like he's got the arrogance in it. Like he reminds me of like Jack Wilshere, bruv. Like when he came through for you, like just the way like he never looked out of place playing with more bigger names than what you've got now. But do you know what I mean? He never looked out of place, bro. When he came in the team, he didn't look like he was overruled by the occasion. You know what I'm saying? He always wanted the ball. that when I look at this guy, bro, like he just gives me that kind of vibe, bro. Like he has the arrogance here that I think that Pepe don't have. You know the ones like Pepe's definitely got ability.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he don't have the arrogance, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? He looks like he's built to be a big fish in a small pond, innit? Whereas like this Smith Rowe looks like when he's out there, he looks like he's just playing on the road with his brethren, blood.
That's
Like
it.
it just looks different, fam.
Yeah, it's second nature to him. You can tell like he's out there having fun. Whereas I don't think Pepe's out there having fun.
Yeah, he's not, blood.
He's stressed, fam. So but with Emile, I can't lie. A couple of years ago, it was a bit of a crossroads because he should have been getting chances, over the last couple of years, but injuries and whatnot, it limited it. Let's not forget that.
What's his story? Like, did he have like a big injury? Like, what was it?
No, I'm not sure if he had a big injury at young, but it's just been little injuries here and there. I'm not even too sure what they've been about. It's just stopped his progress. When he was on loan at RB Leipzig, he didn't. I think he only played a handful of games, and that's when I wanted to look at him, get some game time, see him kick on, but it didn't happen. And I thought, he would be one of those youngers that had potential, but it just didn't work out for him in key areas. Someone said growing problems, so that's a big thing, especially when you're young. And even coming up to this season, it's like he came in under the radar. We've all said his name before, but we've also seen that it hasn't been easy for him in the past couple of years, loan wise, injury wise, and this season it just made sense. The creativity was lacking. That number 10 position, Willian didn't want it. Ozil wasn't getting it. Yeah. And, on that day in particular, he got his chance. And it's not even like he had a good game. He had a great game.
But man was even playing Willock there at one point, innit, in the 10, bro.
Yeah.
What was that? Was it because Smith Rowe wasn't fit? Or what was it, man? Because this guy looks... Bro, he actually looks like a proper player, bro. Like, it's not really like... It's not one of them ones where he looks like he's been shoehorned in the team, bro. He literally looks like he's your best option there, bro, in the 10 right now.
Yeah, he is. He is, by far. And that doesn't just come down to quality because he's still got a lot more to learn and develop into. But like you said before, it's his mental character. It's his approach to it. It's his happiness playing for the club, being given opportunity, grasping it with both hands. That's the sort of players we need to have, instead of entitled players that stick their chest out and are arrogant in times where I have to laugh at how you can be arrogant. Emile, at a time when even I said, let's not throw all the youngsters in there because it could be peak for them. Yeah. But he was thrown in there and, I was wrong about that because he stepped up to the plate. He stepped up to the plate and hopefully he can stay injury free. I see the comments as well. He did have a successful spell at Huddersfield. It's just that with Huddersfield it's a bit different, innit? With RB, it's like, all right, I see why you're going there. And
you're playing proper football there, innit?
Yeah. You get more around the tactical side of the game too. But it's all going well for him right now, and him and Saka as well because they come through together, innit? So him and Saka seem to be, connection going. Both coming at the same time in terms of Saka being played on the right, Emile in the middle. That's why Pepe's got problems because Saka on the right now looks like that's his position. What's your thoughts on Saka's best position?
Bruv, anywhere that's attacking. He's just a wavy baller. You know what I'm saying? Saka's like one of my favorite players now. Like outside of my club, I'm starting to watch like regularly, bro. He's so good. Do you know what I mean? And what makes Saka good, is like what makes Sancho good as well, bro. It's the decision making, bro. It's playing. He can carry the ball, go past players, but he plays ultimately with his head up, bro. He's always looking for a pass if he can make one. Do you know what I mean? He's not a head down, cut in from the right, shoot. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of the time when you put guys on their stronger foot coming inside, if they ain't got a bit about them, they just shoot. Do you know what I'm saying? That's all they're looking for. Even when Pepe's on there, he cuts inside and wants to whip it in the top corner, like all the time. Like, that's what he wants to do, innit? Like, that's what he wants to do. Whereas with Saka, like this guy, bro, like he's got so much variation. He can mix it up. He can do a give and go. He can play a through pass. He can dink something in the box. He can take the shot. Do you know what I mean? Like there's so much. Like it's hard to really keep him quiet, bro. It's hard to keep him out of the game. So he's quality. Him and Smith Rowe are linking up. and someone said that I think all the Smith Rowe's assists have been to Saka. So yeah, I mean, them man are looking for each other as well. That's a good understanding that, as obviously injury permitting, bruv, you just keep that going.
100%. And he got a good goal against Newcastle FA Cup when he came on. 0-0 when he came on, got a good goal, added energy. And that's what it's about. The club have lacked positive energy in more ways than one, both in and around the dressing room and on the pitch, in terms of fighting, for the club, the badge, the fans. And Emile's been a breath of fresh air in that department. So is Martinelli, so is Saka, so is Tierney, Like, there are a few names in there. It's good to see Partey back. Big player. Did you watch our game 4 or did you just catch the highlights?
No, I watched the game.
Yeah, Partey, he makes a big difference for us because we don't have no one like him in there.
So, he's a proper baller.
So yeah, Partey for me, big difference. Gabriel didn't even play. Look, we're a lot more organized now than we ever was in the past 4 years in terms of being defensively structured, organized, and let me not say hard to break down because at times we crumbled too, but we're not as clownish as we used to be. Like Arsenal, you bully them around. You
look more disciplined and more like a team that can be taken seriously on their day, innit? Like the soft center that you lot had is slowly kind of going away, innit? Like before you looked at Arsenal and you said, oh yeah, we could just kick these man up. Like
and pretty much Everest said it, the men versus boys. Dini said it, no cojones. That players have said it in the past. Pundits have always said it, you know how to beat Arsenal, but that slowly but surely, which obviously it was post Wenger, we're getting there in terms of at least getting rid of those soft players. Let's just make sure we continue bringing in players that don't bring that sort of character and aura with them.
That's what I'm saying. Was this question about Reece Nelson, and then my man saying, yeah, man have to credit Emery for bringing through them 3 man there.
Yeah. Nelson, yeah. You see, like if you asked me a couple of years ago, I would have said, well, before we even knew about Saka, before Emery even gave Saka a chance, I thought Nelson, you know what, he's an interesting prospect, but he hasn't kicked on. That's the problem again with him. He's 21 now, and some people are saying he might need a loan, and I'm just thinking at 21, if you're going on loan, I feel like that's it for you, really. Like you need to be getting minutes at the club at 21, 22, and yeah. I want him to get minutes, and with Pepe underperforming, with Willian shit, I thought to myself, like, all right, if Nelson picks up some, form, well, fitness first, because he's been injured this season, that's his chance to take. He played 1 game recently off the back of an injury, and then Saka got put in there, and the rest is history, bro. Like Saka's taking it on as his, and now you got Saka there, you got Pepe there. What happens to Reece? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I still think he can turn a corner. I still think he can be a good player, but long term, I thought, if he doesn't work out as a first teamer, he'd be a good backup for us.
Yeah,
so, that's just how I see Reece. Whether it works or not, we got a player that came through. He's good. And hopefully he can add something in depth to us, because we need to make so many changes over the next 2 years that we're going to need, as much as we need Emile and Saka and Martinelli, the youngsters starting, we also need a couple of youngsters coming through to be on the bench as well.
These men need to realize that not everyone can start, blood. And if you've got players that come through your academy, even if they're just making up the squad, it's saving you hella peas, bruv, instead of going out and buying a foreign player that's going to come in and just sit on the bench, doesn't know what it means to play for the club, don't have the same passion as these man. He's going to require more wages. You know what I'm saying? At least with these kids that come through, they're going to at least give you everything in it when they're in the squad and when they are called upon, bro. Like having them as squad players ain't a bad place to be, bro. It's not a bad place to be at all. Like, so just because he's not starting week in, week out, that doesn't necessarily mean that like he's not good enough to be in the squad.
Yeah, and worst case, he's a young English player. He's got some talent, and young English players with some talent, they hold value. I think we should have taken, the money for Ainsley Maitland-Niles in the summer. I think we should have taken the money for Eddie Nketiah from West Ham in January. In this month, I think we should take money for Willock too. Those are young players that I think we've given chances to, but it hasn't worked out. They hold some value, so move them on now, and let's see the new wave come in and see who works out, who doesn't work out. And I think as much as, like I said, Emile Saka working out, Martinelli working out, Reece, he can still work out as a backup player. And I look back at even the great teams Arsenal had, and some of the backups are, you know, in their own right, legends too. I look at someone like Wiltord in our title-winning season.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't a starter, but, you know, he was very, very important at key times. And
yeah, that brother scored the winner against us, blood.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, and you've seen at United with substitutes over the title.
Bro, our fucking manager.
Yeah, there you go. So I think, you know, Reece, he can do a job for us, but it's a crucial time for him, and he just needs to stand up and be counted now.
Yeah, complete facts, bro. 100%. Did you see the chat about Tomori to AC Milan?
Yeah, I see that, and they were after him in the summer as well.
Bro, what do you make of that, bro?
You know what, I've heard, like, from what I've seen of Tomori, he looks all right. Like, I can't make a judgment on defenders just off, you know, a few games, and that's all I've really seen of him. I'm not sure, man. His name's ringing bells, but I'm not too sure why yet. You know, I'm like, do you know much about him? Can you say with your chest that he's either bad or good? Like, what do you think?
I'm not gonna lie. From what I've seen of him, he does look decent. Like, when I saw him play, I thought, yeah, like, he was giving me the similar kind of vibes that, like, Twanzebe was giving me at United. Like, yo, this guy could be a good baller, innit? Like, but obviously Axel had injuries. I don't know if Tomori's been the same. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I'd have to ask, like, Chelsea fans. But I have a feeling that, like, Tomori's had a few injuries in it. But I think there's potential there. I think he's a good footballer. I think going to AC Milan, bro, there's not many places better to go and get a proper education of how to fucking defend than going to Italy, innit?
100%. No better platform for a defender to excel. You know, that league suited to, you know, good tactics. I won't put the tactics down because, you know, as much as people don't like defensive tactics or well organized and oiled teams rather than free flowing, I think it suits Tomori. I think it's a good move for a young defender. AC Milan, they're top of the league right now, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
They're building towards something there, you know. Maybe their time is round the corner, and Tomori, Milan's a nice city. Why not, man? Why not?
It is. It's a wavy city. Them man go up there and buy their designer clothes and that, and them man just be cheesing in Milan. I think Chris Smalling done all right when he went to Italy as well. Ashley Young's there. Do you know what I mean? A lot of men are starting to kind of fly out there. Like like, do you know what I mean? Nice city and that.
Yeah.
Good food. Do you know what I'm saying? And good football, bro. Good level of football. If he goes to AC Milan, bro, he could win a league title.
Yeah, that's it. Experience, good platform, and potential to win trophies. And you know, with Chelsea, but the thing about Chelsea is, they're on a bit of a, like, where do they go this summer in terms of defenders? What's their partnership going to be like?
The thing is, Thiago, like, was a short-term fix. Obviously, he was free, innit? But they're still going to need to buy a proper centre-half because next season, Aspilicueta is a year older. Do you know what I mean? Like, Thiago's a year older. Like, for me, Zuma's not good. Do you know what I'm saying? What's the other brother's name?
His opportunity might be here. Like,
maybe next season. You're right. And what's the German youth's name? The centre back, the black guy. Shit the bed, bruv. I can't remember. Rudiger,
yeah, that's it.
He's shit as well, bruv. Let's be honest here. Chelsea ain't really got no good centre backs, innit?
That's the big problem for them. That's what I'm saying. So
so I think that long term, I don't know if there's an option to buy AC Milan. Maybe there's not, in it. And if there's not an option to buy, then I think Tomori has still got look, he's saying he could pick up a quick Scudetto and go back to Chelsea. So I'm guessing there isn't a buyback. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that is good for all parties. He goes out, he gets experience, he plays some football, and he's calm. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, it's good. It's good. What's he saying?
In front of his calm. Super chat. Yeah, we spoke about, like, the evolution of football and stuff. Saying the game bypassing Chicharito is that's what's happening to Aubameyang. Big up Turkish football knowledge is mad. But I think similar. I just think the days of the poachers like Aubameyang, that are quite limited all round but good goal scorers, bro, they're a dying breed in football. Like, we're seeing it everywhere.
Yeah. Look how football's changed, bro. A lot of positions where maybe 10 years ago you're allowed to express yourself more, you've got a bit more freedom. They're all a lot more limited now. And And you would have thought being a lot more limited would have suited the Chicaritos or the Obbers. But the problem is the strikers are now doing jobs for the wingers, and that's where it becomes a problem for them sort of strikers, the poachers, because a lot of teams are looking at that focal point to bring in the other two coming in and or the attacking mid behind. So a striker's job is changing. You know, it's changing. It's no coincidence if you look around now, what young strikers are coming through that are actually, that are going to be top strikers. There's not many.
They're not really goal scorers anymore. The goal scorers are the wide players. And that's what I was saying to people. When you look at the evolution of the game, yeah, like when you look at certain players, for instance, like in the modern game, yeah, what position would a Dennis Bergkamp play? Because he wouldn't play up front.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying? He'd probably be a number 6, bro, because of his technical ability. Like, do you know what I'm saying? He ain't really got pace. Do you know what I'm saying? He'll just be controlling the game from deep, bro. Like it's just one of them ones. It's a weird one now when you look at the game of football. Like when you've got certain attributes now, they're just better suited for better positions. Proper technicians now. How many proper technician centre forwards you see now? Most of the time, they're just big athletic guys. You play it into them, and then they're just linking the play, and then the wide guys are quick, and then they're cutting inside and scoring all the flipping goals. Like Bergkamp's not going to play left wing in today's football. Now, you're not going to play. You're not going to play.
It'll be central. It'll be central.
He'll be central, but he wouldn't be. But he wouldn't be right up top. You know them ones. He'll be in the hole somewhere.
Yeah,
He'd either be like a number 10 in today's game, and even that's dying now. Not everyone's pressing and that. You're not really seeing number 10s no more. Greenish is playing from the left.
Yeah, if not dead, bro, I'd say number 10 is dead now. They don't. It's not like the Ozil prime 10 days where.
But that's what I mean. And he was a number 10 before the 10. He was a Baggio 10. Do you know what I mean? A Cantona 10, a Zola 10, and not an Ozil 10. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was the 10 when the 10 used to be 2 up front, second striker, and then the 10's moving further back, and now the 10's disappeared completely. So a player with his skill set now is probably going to end up playing central midfield, probably playing like how Jorginho fucking plays. Do you know what I'm saying? In the double pivot.
Think about it.
They probably have Dennis Bergkamp in the double pivot now, trying to pick man out.
Because what it is obviously Bergkamp, like now they want so much running from the strikers off the ball and all that, yeah. And people like Bergkamp excel by picking up the spaces when everyone else is running for that ball, and he's just thinking smartly to work off it. You don't get that, you don't get that no more. You don't get that allowance no more as a football player, and that's why a lot of the culture in the game is gone. And by culture I mean the skills, the skill sets, it's not the same, man. It's not the same. I see you talk about 90s Italy with Lee the other day as well. And bro, football, it will never not be great, but it's definitely had better days than we are in right now.
That's what I mean. He's saying that he would play the KDB role. Like KDB, yeah, he wouldn't play the Firmino role for sure. He wouldn't, yeah. The KDB role, yeah, he could play that, yeah, in City system. But then if he's not in City system, where's man playing? Like, do you know what I mean? A Roman 8, yeah, or a 6 is where he'd be playing, bro. He would he would be in midfield. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And he's a striker. Do you understand where the problem is? Like the game's evolved to the point where man that are strikers now got to play in midfield.
They're diluting that because that eye for goal when you pull them back like that. Yeah, they can still get goals from midfield, but there's a difference. Yeah,
but that's it. When you're goal scorers, it's peak. Like man said, now number 10s are playing as 8s. Exactly, but number 10s don't want to fucking defend.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But they have to now because of where the game's gone. So now the criteria to play different positions have changed.
That's what it is.
And that's what it is. So if you're mad technical, yeah, you can't play, like you're not playing on the wings no more. It's full of pace merchants now.
Yeah,
I mean that's what it is. If you ain't got pace, explosive pace to get away from people, they're not playing you in one of them 2 wide positions. Forget about it. That's not happening.
Yeah, that's it. That's an attribute you have to have now. You have to have it. If you ain't got it, you ain't going there. That's for sure.
That's what I'm saying. And look at that, Grealish, and it's only because Grealish has got a decent turn of pace.
Yeah.
Now I mean, if Grealish was a yard slower, bruv, you'll be playing centre mid, doing the Shelby thing, blood, half turn, spraying it.
It starts out wide, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what
similar to you see who we've been linked with, Buendia. everyone's telling me he's a right winger, right? But he floats in. That's just a position they put him on the, like Grealish. It's like, yeah, but there's no room on the formation for that free floating. But these players have to pick up them positions one way or another. It's just that if they get exposed picking up these positions creatively, if they get exposed on the back foot, then that's what's highlighted in this day and age. It's not so much the risk of entertainment, because that's what it is. It's the risk of entertainment for it against the necessary win, or maybe financial. I don't know what it is and why football's gone down this route on the pitch. That's what's mad to me. On the pitch, I'm surprised that everything around it makes sense. The corporations taking the piss and all that. But why is football gone to a place where the coaches and the play and the managers and all that, they're picking players strictly based off of, it's hard for me to say, because then you'll have a great Liverpool, well, not great yet, but a Liverpool team that won the league, won the Champions League with pretty much that kind of a mindset, in terms of Mane, Salah. But I feel like
that's just how it is, bro. The game's just turned more like, I don't know. It's more about athletes now, isn't it? Like before, it was more about football and ability. Now it's about athletes. Like players are bigger now. They're faster.
Who's to blame for that? Who's to blame for that though? Like,
it's just the evolution of sport, bro. Like, and I think football as well. Like when you look at it, remember back in the day, your average fullbacks used to be your short players. Your wingers never used to be that tall either. No, I mean, now you're seeing 6-foot right backs and shit. Like, what the hell is that? Like, you never used to see that, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to. I've never thought of it, I've actually been thinking about it. Like Richie, now we might need to do another show about this car. I need to see where it started changing. What manager started maybe going into that direction, or what? I wouldn't say club. It must be a manager or a style that came in.
Yeah, bro. I think like Roberto Carlos was like 5'6" or something. Like these players were tiny, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the fullbacks, like Philip Lahm wasn't the tallest. Do you know what I'm saying? Like most of these guys weren't tall. And then now it's just like all these fullbacks now, you're seeing them, they're like 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot now, like out of nowhere. Like out of absolutely nowhere. Normally that the players that were out wide were quite small, quite nippy. The players inside were a bit more physically built. Do you know what I'm saying? Like centre backs used to be a lot more physically strong. Now they're a lot leaner, quicker. Do you know what I'm saying? But not as good physically, not as good in the air. Look how wedged Sol Campbell was, blood. Like, like, bro, like even Vincent Kompany, bro, like they don't even have centre backs built like him no more. Most of these centre backs are lean. Look at John Stones now. Like he just looks like a centre midfielder, bro, playing at the back. Like
you don't get like we just talked about. You don't get them strikers no more that are gonna rough man up either. And
if you're a proper throwback, like physical striker, you want to play up against these centre backs like Lindelof, bro. I'll have man eating grass for the whole game.
Yeah.
I just dash them on the floor for no reason, bro.
That's why teams like Burnley and Brighton with like their Dunks and their Tarkowski and all that, they do well at times defensively because they're in for a bit of a scrap. They're like the old type of centre back in a sense.
No, absolutely.
Someone said in there Ronaldo might be a reason for it, and obviously I can understand that. But while Ronaldo's been about, Messi's been about. So on one hand, you have like that side of football, that Ronaldo side, where your heart, passion, determination, energy, commitment went into what you see. And then you have the Messi side, which obviously had all of those aspects, maybe not as much as Ronaldo, but he had the natural ability too. So I don't know if you can blame Ronaldo when you have that there. Essentially,
or what specifically are they saying Ronaldo is responsible for?
Like, remember we talked, like I asked you before, like why has football gone down this way? In terms of going more for the athlete, the pace and the power and whatnot. And a lot of people were saying Ronaldo. And I get that because he's so productive and he's so great. But I guess coaches and I guess nations and coaches had both on their hands and said it's easier to produce a Ronaldo than it is to produce a Messi, maybe.
It is, but it's the sports science, bro. And that's why I say football's evolved. Remember, like Wenger always said, like when he came to Arsenal, he changed what they were eating. Do you know what I mean? Just doing blood tests to make sure that these guys were properly hydrated, all these other things. Like when these things come in, they produce better athletes. Do you know what I mean? And because they produce better athletes, like they were so obsessed with the athleticism, yeah, that I think that the actual general football suffered, bro. Do you know what I mean? And it has suffered.
That's the problem though, because like you're right, 100% you're right. But you know when do you stop? Like there's 11 players on the pitch, yeah, and when do you stop? When the sports science stop, and then you bring in a bit of what football is really about, entertainment, enjoyment, you know? Because like I'm just thinking, all right, it's good sports science gets 7 top quality athletes, you know, that can run for 180 minutes, they can do, but the other 4 positions should have been left alone in a sense, where you have the Bergkamps, the Cantonas, the Baggios, the people, the Ozils, the people that are given a bit more. But instead, sports science taking over the whole 11, the subs bench, and the academy. That's what it seems, you know, like everyone now is about that.
Yeah, everyone, bro. Like even man said, Reece James, bruv. This brother is built like a centre back, and he plays right back, and he gets up and down, fam.
Yeah,
Like what is that? You know, like that. And then Wan-Bissaka's like 6'1", bro. Like man saying Meunier's 6'3", blood. Right back. Like what kind of shit is that, bro? Like that's not even, bruv. Like, bruv, you don't even get fullbacks over 5'10" usually. Like these things are mad, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like Lamptey's like 5'5" or something, 5'6", and that's normally what you associate. Little nippy fullback, small guy.
yeah.
You know them. Like it's all weird now, bro. Football's just completely changed, innit? Like it's just one of them ones, and because of that, that's what I think the level of football's gone down to. And I think now as well, there is a stats obsession as well, like my man said. And back in the day, it was kind of like you had the footballers that played in the 10 that got on the ball, influenced the game, and that. Now they want your number 10 to be someone that just presses, wins the ball back, because all about quick transitions, counter-attacking football, quick football. So because of that, your Ozil kind of player, your Schneider, you know what I mean, your Deco, these men can't play ball no more.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like the true artists here now in football, like they don't really exist, blood. And if they do, they get pushed out wide, innit? Like Hazard got pushed out wide for most of his career when he was a number 10, because the way football was going, they wanted him to do the ugly stuff if he played in the middle, innit? And he didn't want to do that.
Yeah. Someone said in the comments, NBA went the same way, and I've got to agree. I used to watch NBA growing up, and you know, it's better quality now in terms of the fitness levels and the sports science. But back then it was different. It was more
flair.
Flair, entertainment, more passion. Like there was more like unfiltered aggression too. You know, everything wasn't nice. It's like NBA still managed to keep that roughness to it. Players still get involved in like scuffles, they talk shit to each other. You don't really see that in football no more, but everything else, I'd agree, NBA has taken that same route.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. And that's why I say, like, obviously, like, to watch, like, Allen Iverson, like Magic Johnson was one of my favorite basketball players to watch, because just the sheer audacity of some of the shit he did in it, just bare flair, no look passes, like over the shoulder, behind the back, and that, bro. Like, man, want to be entertained, innit? And the thing is, in today's game, you don't really see, like, now, like, all these fucking point guards want to fucking put up 40s every night, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? You're a point guard, you ain't meant to be like dropping 40 pieces, bro. Like, pass the ball, innit? You know them ones. Like, there's not really any pass first point guards left really in the game, like Chris Paul, and that's really it. That's why, that's why guys hate LaMelo and that. But I love LaMelo, bro, because he's playing. Man's entertaining, bro. Do you know what I mean? He's passing the ball and he's doing it. Like, they're saying, oh yeah, he doesn't score, he don't score. But bruv, know what I mean? Before fucking Steph was shooting from the car park, do you know what I mean? You weren't expecting your fucking your PGs to be putting up 45s and 50s and that, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That wasn't their fucking job, bro. Like, and that's what I mean. It's the evolution of sport now, bro. And now you just got big guys like Giannis just running through people, yeah. And he's done, bruv, he's so ugly to watch. Like, he just bulldozes his way through people. Like, I mean, and just stands there and he's holding the ball out here. No one can't get it because he's 7 foot and he's fucking built like a transformer. Like, that's just that's what it is now, isn't it?
It is, bro. When you look, and you look back at LaMelo, and who else here? Chris Paul. I remember watching when Steve Nash and the Suns were cold as well, and what you're talking about, the pass first. But you look back then, you've got bro, I can't lie, basketball's gone the wrong way too, and it's all sports science. It's all about sports science. That's why, a question is, has sports science taken some of the entertainment out of sports? Has it?
Yeah, absolutely. Because that's what was it. What player said it? Was it Eric Cantona or was it someone else? I can't even fucking remember. But he was like, "It's just the accountants taking over, innit?" Man said, "Football's theatre, not maths, innit?" Like, and it's the same with sports. People are worried. People are too concerned about 40-yard dashes in the NFL, bro. It's all about the combines now. It's all about the numbers you put up, your vertical jump, all these things. It's not really about man's ability like that no more. Do you know what I mean? It's the same in basketball now to a certain degree. It's the same like that in football. It's the same like that in everything. Like even boxing and stuff like that. Like the actual level of ability at the top in terms of actually being able to actual box, bro. Like, bro, Wilder can't fucking box, bro, but he can bang. He's just a mad athlete, bro. Like, he could be a basketball player. He could play any sport, bro, because he's just an amazing athlete, but he ain't even got fundamentals. And that's what football's like now. Bear man ain't even got fundamentals. You know what I mean? They ain't got fundamentals, but they're sick athletes.
1 to 100 real quick. Like that's they can run 1 to 100 meters real quick, and then they get in as a fullback. They get in as a winger, and that's what it's come down to. That's why it's true. Sports science has taken some of the fun out of it. I can't lie, man. You know, and that's even for the athletes themselves too, because it's mad. You know, it's actually mad. Would you like Bergkamp? Was Bergkamp an athlete?
But he wasn't. You know the ones because hey, listen, Bergkamp was built like a brick shithouse, bro. Like people don't understand. Yeah, Dennis Bergkamp was like. He was wham, bro. Like, man, think him and Eric Cantona, because they played gracefully, man don't realize these men were like 6 foot, like good, like 12, probably like 12 and a half stone, like solid guys, you know.
100%. Even like more Berbatov.
Like. Yeah. These men are playing in the era where man were really tackling you waist height, blood. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so these men were solid, you know. Like, man don't realize that these men were actually physical specimens. Same with like David Ginola and that. Man was like 6'3", 13 stone, 6-pack, everything. These men are not, they weren't small guys, bro.
Yeah.
They were not small they were not small guys at all, bro. So yeah, they were decent athletes, but they weren't quick. They didn't have mad stamina, but they had physical presence on the pitch, and they were technicians in it, but they weren't gonna fucking bomb up and down the pitch for 90 minutes. No, they weren't. Do you know what I'm saying? And they weren't expected to either, bro.
Trust, and I'm not even using that. Like, it's not even a diss. You like that just proves that you don't necessarily need to be an athlete to be a world-class baller. Look at the names we just mentioned. That's why we're missing out on so much talent out there. Yeah, in terms of skills and the beauty of the game because of this new sports science and analytics, whatever you want to call it. It is quite sad still, but maybe one day Brazil will win the World Cup again, and then everyone will look at that.
And everything will go back to normal, innit? Because that's what happened. As soon as Brazil stopped winning the World Cup, football got shit, blood. I swear that's exactly what happened, bro. Now I think about it. That's kind of what happened.
Yeah, bro. They need to come back, win something, and do the samba and all that, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, maybe a bit of movement of the hips is all right on the pitch, fam." I don't know, bro.
But that's what I mean. Like Myron said, most footballers have fundamentals. A lot of them don't, bro. In the modern game, bro, a lot of them don't have basic fundamentals, my G. Like basic fundamentals, ball control, receiving the ball on a half turn, all these things. There's bare man that don't have it, and I mean at the top of the game.
Yeah,
at the top of the game, bro. Man that are being rated as top 5 in the world. Best player in the league. A lot of them ain't got basic fundamentals, bruv, like a first touch. Do you know what I mean? Like stuff like they don't have that now. But these men, they can all run 100 meters in a mad time.
That's it. That what they look at to make selections now, what they look at to make the cut from academies it's not what I'm used to, what you're used to, right? So obviously, the younger generation are going to be a lot more used to this, and the stat generation are going to be a lot more used to this. Adama Traore, come on, like, you know, let's be real here. Back in the day, you know, he wouldn't have even made a name for himself, but in this day and age, he's got a name for himself because he's hench and he's fast.
Brother, he just kicks the ball down the line, and then just dinks it into the box without looking. That's all he does.
Yeah.
Might put his foot on the ball, push a man over. Bro, dead baller, fam. He's rubbish. if he had a normal physique, yeah, he would get bullied on the football pitch because he's always just chasing his first touch.
Yeah.
Honestly, if he was half the size and man could compete with him physically, he wouldn't have a career at the top level in football. He wouldn't.
No.
He's got nothing about him. He looks like Dan James on steroids.
It's fam. I can't lie to you. I'm thinking about players in my head now that, bro, they would not cut them. They would not cut it back in the day. I can't lie to you.
Yeah, dead. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Absolutely dead ballers. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is what it is, bro. My man's the Brazil players. Yeah, they've definitely been westernized, the football in Brazil, because the football's changed, innit? Like all them flair man seem to be dying now. Remember back in the day, Brazil always had a queue of flair man coming through.
Yeah.
And now I think, the football's definitely been westernized now. Like
100%. You're right. And it takes going back to your laurels. We've seen, like, look at England. That 15 years ago, England weren't the same as they are now, because at one time they looked over at Germany when Ozil was coming through and they had that, new burst of talent. They said, hey, how are they doing that? And then they tried to run through that sort of a process, So nations and clubs and FAs, they look around and see what's going on. Brazil have obviously done that because they won a few tournaments without it, and they probably done the wrong thing. They should have stuck to their guns.
Yeah, facts.
They should have stuck to their guns.
That's what I mean. Big up everyone in the chat, bruv. You man loving the chat as well. And that man said, yeah, modern footballers, they're top athletes now. Very limited technical ability, bruv. Like we rave about Kevin De Bruyne, yeah. But brother, in the 90s and 2000s, bruv, there was about 15 of them.
Yeah.
Swear down, 15, 20 of them.
100%. The levels were different then.
Bruv, look how many footballers could just put the ball wherever they wanted. Like the reason why Kevin De Bruyne is so spectacular in this era is because he's one of the only that could probably still play in that era and still be one of the top players in that era.
100%.
The other ones, because he's a throwback baller. He's a throwback player, bro.
You know what? Even when we compare it to this, like, but me personally, yeah, if like rap in the 90s and early 2000s, bro, you compare it to hip hop now, yeah. And the only reason, like, for example, I don't know much of what the people in the chat know, but you see how Kendrick and J. Cole, yeah, over the last 10, 15 years, or even Drake, they've been called like the GOATs of the era or whatever else, yeah? Bruv, you put them three into the true era in the 90s and the early 2000s, bruv, Kendrick and J. Cole are like, they're not even touching Mos Def and Common and Talib Kweli, let alone the Nas's, Jay-Z's and all that. Drake, there ain't no Drake in them times. So
the way, but it's all different, bro.
Yeah, everything's changed, bro. Everything. It's mad.
Bro, everything's different. Like I was thinking today, like even now, yeah, players like Julian Lescott, yeah, that man used to run, yeah, bro, he's one of the best centre backs in the league in this era.
Yeah. That's why he kind of crossed over from not that era, but he grew up in that era and then crossed over into this era whilst playing. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, bruv. Honestly, Lescott, bruv. Like honestly, in this era right now, bruv. Yeah. Like Julian Lescott is, bruv. He's starting for England. Easy
right now, bruv. Like
easy.
Cahill retired from England, let alone
bruv. There you go, Gary Cahill and Julian Lescott. Yeah, bruv. Them man are starting ahead of flipping Stones and fucking what's his name, Harry Maguire. All day, bruv.
Yeah,
all day. A man used to bust joke. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Lescott. Man with Man City. They got Lescott. Bro, he's better than all these centre halves, bro.
Football's gone. It's mad.
Like it's different, innit? You know what I'm saying? That man said, yeah, Neymar definitely needs to be appreciated more, bro, because he's one of the last flair man, bro, from Brazil. Like that's why I feel like João Felix is Brazilian blood and they stole him blood because it's a mad thing.
It would be good for football if Brazil was to win the next World Cup. Neymar was to have a great tournament, lighting it up with skills. That would be good for football because other kids will look and be like, oh shit, I don't have to run 100 miles a day to become a footballer. Maybe I need to do some of this.
Yeah, 100%. But that's what you need to do now, isn't it? This is what you need to do.
Them saucy adverts no more because the football was so cultured back then. You could do the Yoga Bonitas, that advert. Was it the Honey Monster advert when they're kicking it through the airport? Ronaldo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was Nike. That was the first Nike one. With Cantona and the Brazil man in the airport. That was a joke thing. That was mad.
You don't get that no more because I don't think many of the players nowadays can really do that. You might get
They can't do that.
now you get
Them man are playing Rondo 2-touch, and that's it, bro. That's about the ceiling for most of these man. That man's a 15 De Bruynes at least. There's players like Pavel Nedved, yeah, that didn't even get the respect he deserved, yeah, because he was in an era with so many good players. You know them ones, like so many good players. If you put De Bruyne in the era of the Nedveds, the Zidans, do you know what I mean, and all them man there, bro, and the Kakas and fucking Ronaldinhos and that, you wouldn't be chatting about him the same way.
No way. There's no way. There's no way.
You wouldn't be chatting about him with the Rivaldos and them man, bro. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be talking about him the same way you talk about him now. You wouldn't. He's a top player, but he's a top player surrounded by mediocrity everywhere, blood.
Yeah.
Like everywhere. Meaty midfielders, bruv. Meaty, fam.
Back then, you could argue, like, for the best midfielder, you could make 4 or 5 good arguments for different players. Same for every position, 4 or 5 different arguments. And it'd be valid arguments. It's not even like arguments in this day and age where people just clutch at straws, XG and XA and all this shit.
Mad. Nah, man said, hey, do you think Pog will be one of the best in the 90s era? Bruv, we don't know, innit? One thing I would say is, yeah, he's definitely a throwback midfielder, innit? He's definitely like that era of midfielder. When you look at how he plays, his technical ability, the fact that he's got that flair about him, he wants to roll the ball under his studs, he wants to do things. He plays like he's from that era, innit? But in this era, everyone wants to do everything quickly, bruv, and be a bit more direct. You know them, man. And that's what it is. Like, so I think that he would thrive in that era, absolutely. As in terms of that top thing, bruv, I don't even think we've seen the best of Pogba yet, so I can't say. You know what I'm saying? Like, we saw Prime Yaya Toure at 29.
Yeah, true. Football has, you know what, a coach needs to come in and counter this, you know, full-on pressing method that, you know, Guardiola and Klopp in different ways do, you know. And if a manager can come in and break the cycle with a team that afford their teammates a bit more time, a bit more space, you know, a bit more laid-back approach, but still entertaining, then you might see a change in football. But like you said with Pogba, with this whole high press, full press, fast press, every single instruction is based around the press. If you haven't got the ball, more often than not, all top clubs in the world, it's about pressing. Yeah, and it has brought us great football at times, but it's also brought us this system now where it's every single player is down to press. They need all the running stats, all the, you know, base athletic stats to be picked.
But now instead of picking your best players, now they're just picking players to fit into systems. You've seen it at Liverpool. They've got they had no creative midfield players until they bought Thiago, bro. They were playing a midfield of just workhorses, bro, so they could get it up to their attacking players quickly so they could counter.
Yeah.
There's no creative midfielder that can unlock the doors, break down the low blocks, bro. Everything was super direct and super high paced. And that's just what it is, bro, now in the game. Like, that's where they're going. Same with Pep, yeah? At the beginning, man, Pep dropped flipping Sergio Aguero to play Jesus because Jesus presses and Aguero doesn't. He said, fuck your goals. I need you to fit into the system and I need you to press and I need you to win the ball. So, like, that's what it is now. You pick players now to fit a system instead of picking players on ability. Like, the game's completely evolved now.
100%, bro. It's completely evolved and not for the. Well, this conversation, I didn't expect this conversation with you, fam. I don't know what we was going to talk about today. You know,
but that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, man, talk about Smith Rowe and a few other things, but bruv, this is the beauty of the show and the beauty of it, bruv. Man, talk about football, innit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Man, don't have to speak about specific club, just topics and that, bruv. And that's the beauty of interacting with the audience as well, bruv, because we talk about what they want to talk about. So big up everyone inside for the interaction. It's been a mad thing. Another super chat here. Martin Odegaard, how do you rate him?
He had a little buzz coming through. I saw, you know, clips of him. That's all I saw coming through. Then the buzz died a bit. I don't think they managed it properly. I think it was something about he was trading with the A team, then he went back to the B team. I'm not sure, bro. I haven't had an update on him or looked at him for a little while. I'm not sure how it's going, but from knowing about him to not knowing much about him, it doesn't really say much in it. So something mustn't be going right for him. Something mustn't, because look at Real. Real are not in a great position, you know.
They're not.
So, like, what's going on? Surely,
Yeah, it's true. Real Madrid aren't exactly pulling up trees, yeah, and he can't stay there, bruv. What's going on with the kid? Like, honestly, yeah, it's a mad thing, yeah, where obviously Odegaard first came in and they were like, cool. He's young, he had bare hype, like just like Freddie Adu had the hype, blood. Everyone remembers that Freddie Adu hype. He had Man United trials, all that shit. He was meant to be wavy and that ended up doing nothing in his career, yeah. But Odegaard, I think at 16, Real Madrid brought him in, and then apparently his dad was saying, yeah, like he has to train with the first team or something. He went there, wasn't good enough, got sent out on loan for like 5 years, and now man's come back. If he still can't play, I don't think it's ever going to happen for him at that club.
Yeah, I agree. You know, these are crucial times. You know, when it has to go well for you in these times. Like, look at Emile Smith Rowe. These are crucial times. You know, your name can't go from buzzing right now to in a year and a half, people being, well, where is he? Like, would you take him?
That's what I mean. Like, bruv, I'm hearing Odegaard, yeah, and bruv, if someone offered me Odegaard, I'd give him. I say, nah, I'm good still.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, you know, like that. I'd say, nah, I'm all right, bruv. You know what I mean? Because it's like, for me, for all the hype around his name, he ain't done enough.
No, I'd agree.
He ain't done enough. And look at that stat before you wrap up about your guy as well, bruv. Since Boxing Day, only Bruno has created more chances. The chance creativity thing, yeah, is a bit. I don't really like that stat, yeah, because chances created, yeah, like as Statman has said,
pass it outside the box, and
like chance created just means the pass before the shot. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes a chance created is just a pass. It's not really a chance created. Do you know what I mean? It just leads to a shot.
Chance. That's what we need to look at, innit?
Yeah, like big chances created, but it's just basically a pass that leads to a shot. So it depends on who you're passing the ball to. But the fact that he's even in that conversation, yeah, tells you that he's having a massive impact, for the simple fact that Arsenal's biggest criticism was that you weren't scoring enough goals. And now it looks like you're creating more chances within the team. So because of that, that's positive enough, even if you don't scrutinize in depth what those numbers mean. Just on the surface level, he's doing his thing, bro.
100%, bro. That, you know, it's something we haven't saw in a little while. Some confidence and mobility in the middle. You know, Xhaka, Nene, Ceballos, even Willie, and then they're not good enough. You know, from top to bottom, they're not good enough in the middle. Ozil, even by the end of his Arsenal career, he wasn't good enough. So the time is to move on now, and we can't move on from a Willian because we just fucked ourselves with him. But Emile can help us forget about him in the background.
Yeah, facts. Hey, big up everyone inside. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you smash that like button, bruv. Like, that is flown, bruv. 1.4K in here. You know what I mean? Make sure you get them likes up, guys. Let's get us over the 700 mark. Smash the like button. Make sure you follow Turkish's channel as well. When's you lot's next game?
We're playing Saturday it's FA Cup weekend, isn't it?
I wouldn't know, bruv. You know them ones there, bruv. I said, no, actually, no. We're in the FA Cup. We're at the League Cup. Yeah, it's FA Cup weekend. We've got Liverpool on Sunday. Have you not? Oh yeah, and you lot played yesterday. So yeah. We're playing tomorrow.
Southampton, 26th. Right, 26th. That's Tuesday. Is that right? Yeah, 8:15 next Tuesday. So we got a week off. We got a little time off.
Flip's sake, it's all right for some, innit? You know, like that. So that's decent. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you follow Turkish's channel for like all the build up to the next game, etc. Obviously, I'm back on this channel for the second part of the show. We always do 2 parts. So big up everyone inside here. Also, obviously, it's match day tomorrow. So man's back tomorrow with all the match day build up. What else is in here? Let me check this diary, bro.
People, I've just put a link in the chat as well. Yeah, that's the Big Six channel. I've started a separate channel for the Big Six so we can start getting other people on. So, you know, like obviously
that's it.
X other man can come on the thing, and then
so yeah, you started a separate channel for that. All right, say no more. So you lot, make sure you follow that as well. Make sure you follow the Big Six channel as well, and yeah, mods, keep an eye on that and make sure you push that as well. So get the likes up, people. 1.4 in the building. Back tomorrow. Got unpopular opinions with Akeem at 4, and then all the match build up tomorrow from I don't know. I want to say around 7 o'clock, I think, because yeah, tomorrow we should have I'm assuming tomorrow's 8 o'clock kickoff. Yes, 8 o'clock, 8:15 kickoff. So from 7:15 tomorrow, guys, match build up. So yeah. So I'm back from 4 p.m. tomorrow, people. You already know the thing. So big up. Make sure you follow Turkish. Smash that like. It was a lit show. Good conversation. Answered quite a bit of you lots comments. And yeah, man.